Yo, welcome to the Chaser's Edge home run slate breakdown. Happy Dinger Tuesday. It's Tuesday, August 25th. And yeah, we got a full slate of baseball to break down and pick some home run winners here. Before we get into it, I typically go over the previous day's results. I'm starting this recording early. We've got a couple games live, but only a couple home runs so far on the slate. So no update on yesterday, but you can, of course, always see this on the results tab here on the Chaser's Edge model. So if this is your first time here, I post these videos every single day, breaking down the baseball slate game by game, picking out guys that look good to home run that day. And I use this model here, the Chaser's Edge model, which is currently free to access. So you can get in here and see all of these stats yourself. All you have to do is join the Chaser's Edge Discord. So again, free to join. That's going to be linked in the comment section. It'll be the pinned comment with a link to that. And it's a great site to get all the information you need. You can click in on each player as well and see their matchup along with some of the pitcher stats like pitch mix and zone fit and all of that. So here you can see the pitch mix, how Jordan fares and has hit against that pitch mix this season, his recent history and splits, and then how he's hit against the starting pitcher, along with some exit logs too, the last 15 balls in play versus the same handed pitcher and the same pitch mix, just to give you an idea of how he's looking more recently against that pitcher, that pitcher's arsenal. We are also working hard to get NFL and then in the future NBA added here as well. So stay tuned. Obviously, we'll update in the Discord when we add that in, but football is right around the corner. So planning on doing some content and videos like this for football as well, and then basketball when it starts. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed so you can get those videos in the future. But let's go ahead and get started. We're first game here is going to be the Red Sox and the Marlins. I forgot to mention, drop a like on the video if you haven't already. It's the best way to support what I'm doing here. Like I said, I post these every single day. And that's the best way to support. But we got Red Sox, Marlins here in Miami. And Peyton Toll is pitching for the Red Sox. He's a left-handed pitcher. He's given up 13 home runs this year. He has given up a decent amount to lefties. He's faced a lot less lefties, but the numbers are looking good here for lefties. Top game day threats: Herberto, Conine, Ramirez, Lopez. Matchups: Ramirez, Ruiz, Navarrete, and Jimenez. I probably butchered Navarrete. I don't know, whatever. Zone fits: Marcy, Hernandez, Casey, and Lopez. All right. I am really liking Herberto here. Love him against lefties. And he's got a good zone fit too. Hits fastball as well. I think he just matches up really good with Toll here. All right, and I'm not really loving anyone else here. I was looking for a lefty that hit lefty pitching well, but not really liking anything else. So we're just going to stick with Herberto here. No official pitcher for the Marlins. Let me check here. Okay, it's going to be Tyler Phillips starting for the Marlins, it's looking like. And it's going to load in here. He is a right-handed pitcher. He's given up 13 home runs this year. Splits aren't telling us too much. Maybe a little bit more vulnerable to righties. Lefties hitting better for average against him. We're not going to get the game day threat. It's only for official pitchers when it calculates. But matchups: Abreu, Duran, Gasper, Siegler. Zone fits: Abreu, Gasper, White, Contreras. And Eli White has a home run against Phillips in the past. All right, I am really liking Abreu here. Looks good against Phillips, and he's got the left on right matchup. And I also like Mickey Gasper here. Um, he's got a good zone fit, and he's been crushing the ball. He's been hitting righties well. So switch hitter, but seems to be better from the left side. So we'll go Abreu Gasper here for the Red Sox. Next up, we got the Rays and the Tigers. In Detroit, wind blowing in from center field at 8 miles an hour. Jackson Jobe pitching for the Tigers, right-handed pitcher. He's given up 2 home runs this year. He's only faced 61 batters. He's pitched in 14 innings. Young prospect for them. He both home runs he's given up have been to lefties. So you can see lefties hitting better for power here. Top game day threats: Aranda, Caminero, Diaz, Piper. Matchups: Aranda, Palacios, Hicks, Mullins. Zone fits: Diaz, Simpson, Aranda, Mullins. All right. I'm going to go back to Aranda here. He was one of the guys that went before I started this here. And I like him here again. Good zone fit, matches up well. I'm also liking Mullins. He's not here in the top game day threats, but like the zone fit. He's gotten a little unlucky with some recent balls that came close to being gone. So like him here too. It's also, I'm staying away from Junior. I watch him go today because I'm not picking him, and I've been picking him the last few days. But yeah, we're gonna hold off on Junior here. I was looking at Hicks here too, but I'm just gonna stick with Mullins as the long shot here. I think he's due, and I like Aranda. Oh shit! Forgot Detroit here. Ian Seymour on the mound for the Rays, left-handed pitcher. He's given up 18 home runs this year. He's more vulnerable to lefties, so the last few times he's been on the mound, we've been looking at lefties who hit left-handed pitching well. Top game day threats: Dingler, Valencia, Torkelson, Julks. Matchup: Dingler, Torkelson, Julks, Torres. Zone fits: McGonigal, McKinstry, Torque, and Clark. All right, so lefties that hit left-handed pitching well. McGonigal is standing out here. He's got a good zone fit too. And we called him the other day, and he went for us. Really liking McGonigal here. All right, and I'm not really liking anyone else here, to be honest. Not loving Torque or Dingler against the lefty. They've been slumping a bit too, so we'll keep it at 1 there at McGonigal. Next up, we got the Rockies and the Nationals in Washington. Wind blowing in from center field at just 3 miles an hour. Andrew Alvarez pitching here for the Nats. Left-handed pitcher. He has given up 4 home runs this year. He's faced 339 batters, so he has not given up a lot of home runs. .49 per 9. A little bit more vulnerable to lefties, but smaller sample size, of course. Top game day threats for the Rockies: Ritter, Fulford, Tovar, Beck. Matchups: Beck, Tovar, Ritter, Fulford. Zone fits, nothing great, but Moniak, McCarthy, Sullivan, Fulford. And then just Willie Castro with an extra base hit against him in the past. All right, if I'm liking anyone here, it's Willie Castro. Has an extra base hit against Alvarez in the past, and I think he matches up well. He hits lefties good, so it's really all I'm liking here for the Rockies. And we don't have an official pitcher for the Rockies, but let me see here. All right, it looks like it's going to be a prospect that the Rockies are calling up, Mason Adams. And, don't have any stats on him. Obviously, he looks like he's been pitching well in AAA. And I'm going to go with C.J. Abrams just to get one off the the Rook here, but tough. Not really backed by data or anything, just more so experienced. Um, More power guy against the rookie. So we'll go with that and just leave it at that here for the Nats. Next up, we've got the Astros and the Yankees in the Bronx. Wind blowing out to right field, and are at 7 miles an hour. And Will Warren on the mound for the Yankees, right-handed pitcher. He has given up 20 home runs this year, even on the splits. So the full board is open. Top game day threats: Jordan, Trammell, Smith, and Varsho. Matchup: Wade, Varsho, Trammell, Jordan. Zone fits: Walker, Vasquez, Allen, Altuve. Some history here against Warren: Pena with a home run, and then Diaz and Altuve with extra base hits. All right, loving Jordan here. Wind's helping him too. You got the short porch in right at Yankee Stadium. I mean, Jordan, everything looks good here for him. All right, and I'm liking Dalton Varsho here for a long shot. He looks good too. Good history against Warren. So Jordan and Varsho here. Ethan Pecco is pitching for the Astros, right-handed pitcher. He's only pitched 3 innings this year, so super small sample size. I'm not even going to name or go through the stats here because it's kind of pointless. But based on the pitch mix, I'm loving Ben Rice here. Looks good. Pecco's throwing, at least in the 3-inning sample size we have, he threw a lot of fastballs and sinkers. And Ben Rice crushes those pitches. So like him here a lot. All right, and I'm liking Garcia here too. So top dogs here for the Yanks. 2 lefties, wind's blowing out to right, helping lefties. So liking both these guys a lot here. Next, we've got the Royals and the Blue Jays. In Toronto, Max Scherzer pitching for the Jays, right-handed pitcher, future Hall of Famer, but he has not been pitching well this year. He is definitely more vulnerable, at least from an average standpoint, to lefties, but he's given up home runs to both sides of the plate. Top game day threats: Cags, Jensen, Witt, Perez. Matchups: Massey, Isbell, Jensen, Perez. Zone fits: Jensen, Lofton, Perez, Massey. Some history here. Sal Perez got 6 extra base hits, 4 of them home runs. Massey's got a home run off Scherzer. Jensen, Isbell, 2 extra base hits, and Pasquantino with 1. Man, I'm really liking Caglione here. He looks to match up well against Scherzer. Jensen decent too, but he hasn't been hitting great. But I like Vinny P here as a long shot. So yeah, I like Caglione and Vinny here for the Royals. Seth Lugo pitching for them, right-handed pitcher. He's given up 17 home runs this year. Little bit more vulnerable to righties from a home run standpoint, but lefties hitting better for average against him. Top game day threats: Kazuma, Valenzuela, Sanchez, Guerrero. Matchups: Jimenez, Lukes, Bateman, Valenzuela. Zone fits: Clement, Bateman, Kirk, Valenzuela. And then history against Lugo: Sanchez only one with a home run, Vladdy and Jimenez with an extra base hit. All right, I'm liking Kazuma here. He's hit a lot of homers off righties. I was looking at Vladdy. He just hasn't had the power there, and I'm liking Springer a little bit more with the pitch mix. So we'll go Kazuma and Springer here for the Jays. Next up, we've got the Brewers and the Mets. In New York, wind blowing across to right field at 7 miles an hour. Pitching here, For the Brewers, Kyle Harrison, left-handed pitcher. He has given up 18 home runs this year, 17 of them to righties. So it's definitely where we'll be looking here on the right side of the plate. Top game day threats: Alvarez, Bichette, Lindor, Wagaman. Matchup: Bichette, Simeon, Morel, and Posh. And top zone fits: Beatty, Young, Ewing, and Alvarez. All right, I am liking Lou Bob here, Luis Robert. I don't love how Lindor's faced lefties so far this year. I was thinking about taking him, but stayed away here. And I'm going to take Bichette here as a long shot. He's been crushing the ball recently, hitting a few home runs, and he matches up well with Harrison. Zach Thornton pitching here for the Mets, left-handed pitcher. He's given up 6 home runs this year, 5 of them to righties. So we will also be looking at righties here for the Brewers. Top game day threats: Churrio, Bowers, Contreras, Mitchell. Matchup: Contreras, Churrio, Vaughn, Ornelas. Zone fits: Pratt, Hamilton, Bowers, and Contreras. All right, really liking how Churrio's looking here versus the pitch mix. So I am taking him. All right, and I'm really liking Contreras here too. He hits cutters very good. That's Thornton's main pitch. So Contreras looks really good in this spot. Good zone fit too. I wouldn't hate going Bowers. He hits lefty pitching pretty good. So that would be my third, but I'm going to stay off and stick with the righties here, Churrio and Contreras. Dodgers and Braves are next in Atlanta. Wind blowing across to right field, 6 miles an hour. Bryce Elder pitching for the Braves. 22 home runs given up this year. And righties are hitting better against him, but from a home run standpoint, pretty even splits. Top game day threats: Shohei, Muncy, Freeman, Tucker. Matchup: Edman, Freeman, Tucker, Rortved. Zone fits: Thomas, Rojas, Tucker, Freeman. And then a lot of history here. 4 guys have homered off of Elder: Muncy, Shohei, Edman, and Betts. Okay, I love Shohei here. Crushes sinkers. Elder's a sinker ball pitcher. Maybe he won't get a bunch of sinkers, but I think he probably will get at least one, and he looks good against the rest of the pitch mix too. And for a long shot, I'm liking Teoscar here. Based off the pitch mix and a righty, righties are hitting Elder well. So, we'll go Shohei and Teoscar here for the Dodgers. Tyler Glasnow pitching for them. He's a right-handed pitcher. He has given up 7 home runs this year. A little bit more vulnerable to righties when it comes to home runs. Top game day threats: Olsen, Baldwin, Harris, Acuna. Matchups: Smith, Albies, Baldwin, and Olsen. Zone fits: Hicklin, Riley, Baldwin, Smith. And then history: Murphy and Smith with a home run, Acuna with an extra base hit. All right, I'm liking Baldwin here. Good zone fit. I think he matches up well. Tougher matchup here for the Braves with Glasnow pitching, but do like Baldwin. Also, I like Acuna here, but I'm going to say more long shot. He hasn't been hitting the best recently, so prefer Baldwin here, but I am kind of liking Acuna as well. So yeah, I'll take those 2 here. Oops. Rangers, White Sox are next here in Chicago. Wind blowing across and out to left field at 8 miles an hour. Jacob deGrom pitching for the Rangers, right-handed pitcher. He's given up 18 home runs this year, and pretty even on the splits when it comes to power. Top game day threats: Murakami, Vargas, Colson, and Grichuk. Matchups: Peters, Antonacci, Romo, Braden. Zone fits: Antonacci, Benintendi, Mydrith, Braden, Montgomery. And then Grichuk with 2 home runs against DeGrom, 2 extra base hits. And then Vargas with 2 extra base hits. Murakami, Peters, and Tendi all with 1. All right. I like Vargas here. He has good history against DeGrom. Has seen him well. So he looks good here. And speaking of hitting DeGrom well, Grichuk has definitely done that in the past too. So I like him here as well. He's got 4 total extra base hits, 2 of them home runs. So we'll go Vargas and Grichuk here for the Sox. Anthony Kay pitching for them. Left-handed pitcher. He's given up 20 home runs this year, and 18 have been against righties. So we're definitely going to be looking on the right side of the plate. Top game day threats: Nimmo, Langford, Berger, Seager. Matchups: Langford, Freeman, Jansen, Diaz. Zone fits: Carter, Diaz, Nimmo, Seager. And then history, just Duran and Lopez with extra base hits against him in the past. All right, Langford looks good here. He's my favorite. And I'm also liking Duran here for a long shot. Hits sweepers good, and K throws a lot of sweepers, so he's got an extra base hit against him. We'll go Duran as a long shot, and then Langford as our top pick here. Next up, we've got the Orioles and the Cardinals in St. Louis. Wind blowing in from right field at 6 miles an hour. Chris Bassett pitching for the O's. Right-handed pitcher. He's given up 8 home runs this year, and he's much more vulnerable against lefties. Top game day threats for the Cards: Burleson, Walker, Weatherholt, Baez. Matchups: Burleson, Weatherholt, Church, and Torres. Zone fits: Pajes, Wynn, Burleson, Herrera. Burleson's got 2 extra base hits, with one of them being a home run against Bassett, and then Urias has a home run against him too. All right, I'm really liking Burleson here. He'll be up there for pick of the day. Looks good. He's got one off of Bassett in the past. And I'm liking Church here for a long shot. All right, and then pitching for the Cardinals, we do not have an official pitcher. Let me see. All right, looks like Liberatore is going to be on the mound here for the Cardinals. Just double check this when you're watching to make sure he's the probable pitcher. Lefty, though, he's given up 23 home runs this year, and he's actually pretty vulnerable to lefties, so that is interesting. But both sides of the plate hitting home runs against him. Won't have the game day threat here, but matchup, we've got Tavares, Mayo, O'Neill, Alonso. Zone fits, nothing great, but Gunnar, Mayo, Cowser, Basayo. And then O'Neill with a home run against Liberatore, and Alonso with an extra base hit. All right, I got to go Kobe Mayo here, the lefty killer. He just crushes lefties. He's automatic when there's a lefty on the mound, so I got to take him here. He looks good, too, versus the pitch mix. All right, I like Gunnar here, too. More of a long shot on the left-on-left matchup, but he's hit lefties pretty good. Or just as good as he has righties. He hasn't hit great this year, but like him as more of a long shot. So we'll go Kobe and Gunnar. Pete, I'm not sure. Liberatore throws a lot of sliders, and I think it might be he's 1 for 6 against Liberatore in his career. So he hasn't hit well against him. He does have 1 extra base hit, so I was thinking about going to him, but I think I'm going to stay off here. Next up is the Guardians and the Angels in LA. Wind blowing out to center at 7 miles an hour. Gavin Williams pitching for the Guards, right-handed pitcher. He's given up 28 home runs this year and a little bit more vulnerable to righties. All right. Top game day threats: Trout, Ballesteros, Neto, Campero. Matchup: Ballesteros, Frazier, Campero, and Heineman. Zone fits: Peraza, Frazier, Neto, Siri. History: Trout's got a home run off of Williams. Siri and Lowe each have an extra base hit. All right. Trout is 1-for-1 with a home run against Williams. He hits the sweeper well, and that's Williams' go-to pitch. So I'm going to pick him here. I think he's due as well. And I'm liking Ballesteros here, too, as a long shot. Also hits sweepers very good. And he's been hitting the ball a lot better recently. Good zone fit. He's looking really good here. Walbert Urania on the mound here for the Angels. He's been very, very good this year and has not given up a lot of home runs. 0.56 home runs per 9. So tough matchup here for the guards. Game day threats: DeLauder, Lowe, and J-Rom and Martinez. Matchups: Martinez, DeLauder, Halpin, Kwan. Zone fits: DeLauder, Martinez, Kwan, Ramirez. And then history: Martinez has a home run against Urania in the past. All right. Don't love this spot here for the guards, but I'm going to take DeLauder. I think he looks the best out of anyone here for the Guardians, and I'm going to leave it at that. Cubs and Diamondbacks are next here in Arizona. Brandon Pfaadt on the mound for the D-backs. Right-handed pitcher. He has only given up 11 home runs this year. 10 of them have been against left-handed batters. So lefties is where we'll be looking here for the Cubs. Top game day threats: PCA, Conforto, Happ, Suzuki. Matchups: Conforto, Ramirez, Bush, Happ. Zone fits: Arias, Conforto, Suzuki, Happ. And Conforto's got 2 home runs against him in the past. Suzuki, Horner, Taylor, and Amaya all with an extra base hit. All right, the home run numbers are a little bit skewed for Pfaadt here because he gave up 3 in his last game, but before that, he had not given up a home run in 8 straight games. So, tougher matchup than it looks. But I am going to go back to PCA here for the Cubs. He's got the left on right matchup, and went to him yesterday. Didn't go for us, but he came close. He connected on a couple that he just missed. So, like PCA here. And for a long shot, I'm liking Bush. All right, we'll stick with that here. PCA and Bush for the Cubs. Clay Holmes pitching for them, right-handed pitcher. He's been good against the home run this year as well. He spent some time on the IL, so he's only faced 215 batters, but he's only given up 4 home runs, a .51 home run per 9. Top game day threats: Carroll, Vargas, Moreno, and Nootbaar. Matchups: Vargas, Perdomo, Carroll, Kepler. Zone fits: Vargas, Moreno, Tawa, Carroll. And then Nootbaar has an extra base hit against Holmes in the past. All right, I'm liking Carroll here. More of a long shot, but he does match up well, and he's hit Holmes in the past. He's got a couple of hits off of him, so hits the sinker good, and that's Holmes' pitch. So just going to stick with one here and go with Carroll for the Diamondbacks. Twins and A's are next in Sacramento. A's are at home. Wind blowing out to center at 8 miles an hour. Taj Bradley pitching for the Twins. Right-handed pitcher. He's given up 14 home runs, or 19 total home runs, 14 of them to lefties. So he's definitely been more vulnerable to home runs from the left side of the plate. Top game day threats: Butler, Cortez, Heim, Walton. Matchups: Butler, Walton, Cortez, McNeil. Zone fits: Cortez, Muncy, Bolte, and Butler. And then just Geloff has an extra base hit against Bradley in the past. All right. I'm liking Lawrence Butler here the most. He has been hitting the ball pretty good recently, and I like his matchup. I'm also going to take Geloff here. He's 2 for 2 against Bradley in the past, so he's seen him well. He's got an extra base hit against him. So we'll go Butler and Geloff here for the A's. Gage Jump pitching for them, lefty, and he's given up 9 home runs this year. 7 have been to righties, who are hitting better against him as well. Top game day threats: Buxton, Jeffers, Royce, and Clemens. Matchups: Culpepper, Buxton, Jackson, Kreidler. Zone fits: Larnach, Keyshaw, Lee, and Jackson. All right, Buxton looks really good here. He had a good game, but he did not home run yesterday. All right, and long shot, I'm liking Culpepper here. He's been on fire. So I like him a lot here. He matches up well with Jump as well. So we'll go Buxton and Culpepper for the Twins. Phillies and Mariners are next in Seattle. Wind blowing out to right at 9 miles an hour. George Kirby pitching for the M's. Righty. He's given up 18 home runs this year. Pretty even on the splits. Top game day threats: Schwarber, Harper, Marsh, Stott. Matchups: Marsh, Stott, Stubbs, Arise. Zone fits: Crawford, Schwarber, Arise, Stott. And then De La Cruz is the only one with history, a home run and an extra base hit. All right. Favorite here's Harper. Hits sweepers good, and that's Kirby's main pitch. So I'm liking Harper here a lot versus Kirby. I'm not really loving anyone else here. I'm going to go with Marsh as a long shot. A little less confident in him. He looks decent. He just hasn't been hitting the ball as good for power in the second half, but I am really liking Harper here. And then Aaron Nola pitching for the Phillies, right-handed pitcher. He's given up 32 home runs this year. Super vulnerable to the long ball and to both sides of the plate. Top game day threats: Canzone, Arozarena, Young, Naylor. Matchups: Young, Naylor, Rodin, Rivas. Zone fits: Young, Rivas, Naylor, Arozarena. And then just Robles with an extra base hit against him in the past. All right, I'm loving Canzone here. He is super due, and I think he looks really good here against Nola. He didn't go for us yesterday, but I like him in this spot here. And I'm going to take Cole Young. He went for us yesterday. He's going to be a long shot here, but I'm liking both these guys, Canzone and Young, for the Mariners. All right, second to last game, Pirates and Padres. Wind blowing out to right at 4 miles an hour in San Diego. Pitching for the Pirates, Paul Skeens. Right-handed pitcher. He's given up 14 home runs this year. Righty's hitting a little bit better against him. Top game day threats: Merrill, Tatis, Sheets, France. Matchups: Sheets, Cronenworth, Harris, Rengifo. Zone fits: Merrill, Tatis, Campusano, Rengifo. And then just Bogarts with a home run against Skeens in the past. All right, I'm liking Manny to go here versus Skeens. Hits fastballs the best. Doesn't really hit anything else very good, but Skeens throws a lot of fastballs, so I'm going to take Manny. And for a long shot, I'm liking Gavin Sheets. So we'll go Manny and Sheets here for the Pods. And then Michael King is pitching here for them. 26 home runs this year given up. He's a right-handed pitcher. And pretty even on the splits. Top game day threats for the Pirates: Lau, Valdez, Reynolds, Horwitz. Matchups: Gonzalez, Horwitz, Magnum, and Lau. And top zone fits: Triolo, Valdez, Horwitz, Reynolds. We've got Brandon Lau is the only one with a home run off King in the past. York, Cruz, and Nick Gonzalez with extra base hits. All right, give me O'Neal Cruz here. He's got an extra base hit against King in the past. Wind's helping lefties a bit here. I don't like Lau. He's got a home run, but he's only like 1 for 12 against King. He could go, but I don't love seeing that history. And for a little bit more of a long shot, I'm going to take Reynolds here. He's due, too. He is not homered in a bit, but good zone fit, good matchup. So we'll go Cruz and Reynolds here for the Pirates. Okay, and last game on the slate, Reds and Giants. In San Francisco, wind's going to be blowing out to right field at 15 miles an hour. It's good for lefties. Adrian Hauser pitching for the Giants. He's a righty. He's given up 17 home runs this year and more so vulnerable to lefties. So that is good here for the Reds. Top game day threats: De La Cruz, Blade, Rodriguez, Stewart. Matchups: Blade, Rodriguez, Friedel, Johnson. Zone fits: Blade, De La Cruz, Suarez, and Stewart. Suarez has 2 home runs against Hauser, 1 extra base hit on top of it. Stevenson, 1 home run, 2 extra base hits. McLean with 2 extra base hits, and Hayes with 1. All right, my favorite is Blade. I like him a lot here against Hauser, and I'm also liking Ellie. We're going to stick with the lefties here for Cincy. Both these guys looking good, especially with the wind blowing out to right. I like that a lot. Pitching for the Reds, Brady Singer. He's a righty. He's given up 26 home runs this year. Definitely more vulnerable to lefties as well. Top game day threats: Devers, McCray, Hill, Furman. Matchups: Lee, McCray, Gilbert, Hill. Nothing great on the zone fits, but Knizer, Kennedy, Devers, Gilbert. Devers has got a home run and an extra base hit against Singer. Lee with an extra base hit. All right, I'm liking Devers here. Good history versus Singer. And a little bit more of a long shot here, but I'm going to take McCray. So we'll go Devers, McCray here for the Giants. All right, and that does it for today's breakdown. Again, happy Dinger Tuesday. Make sure you're in the Discord, the Chasers Edge Discord, so you can access this site and see all the stats here for yourself. You can also make picks here on the hub. So you can take who you like to home run and bet Chasers points, as we call them, to win Chasers points and climb the leaderboard here. So check this out. Like I said earlier, NFL and NBA are coming, so stay tuned for that. But drop a comment with who you're taking today on this Tuesday. Love to see that. And make sure you drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. Appreciate everyone for watching. Best of luck on all of your bets today, and I'll see you tomorrow.